I'm really happy to see you all and to have this opportunity of sharing the story of Pepper with you. Today, I'm going to tell you a story. The story of a bank in 4 chapters. So, are you ready for a story? Good. So let's start. As the story starts, we'll start with, once upon a time, there was a bank. It was a good bank because it helped people protect their money. And it helped them save their money, and it provided them with credit when they didn't have enough money for things they needed. And it allowed them to sleep well at night, knowing their money is safe and protected, and the wealth is growing. The bank knew each and every individual customer. And the people who worked at the bank took pride in providing loyal and polite service to their customers who were part of the same community. It was an integral part of the customer's life. The bank charged reasonable fees and interest rates for its financial services. Reasonable, not outrageous by any means. The bank offered the customers exactly what they needed at the right time. It was a personal relationship. Over the years, the banks grew bigger and bigger and started to lose the personal touch with the customers. The banks offered the same products to all without tailoring them to individual customers. Simple services turned into complex, incomprehensible procedures. Moreover, customers and the way they consume products and services changed dramatically, and the banks didn't follow at the same pace. The customer expected everything to be convenient and instant. They didn't like the fees, the interest rates, the complex products and processes. They wanted service even without having to visit the branch for every activity. On top of that, the banks lost the trust of the public. They went through catastrophic financial crisis, tougher regulation, and stormy global protests. The banks started to realize how much they were disliked. And all of us started forgetting why and how the story began, the story of the good bank. There was a bank that thought of doing something different. It realized that a great opportunity was calling. It realized that there was a rift, a gap. Something was really missing beyond just trust. It was a divide between the way banks think and behave and the way people live their lives. Banks stopped knowing their customers personally. Banks were giving analog service in a digital age. This one bank that I just started telling you about believed it could do things differently. It believed that bank could dedicate its tremendous resources to the individual customer's best interests, using them in a way that is most fitting to the customer's lifestyle, life stage, and life habits. The guiding principle was, put your money where your life is. This bank thought there is only one way of doing it, to create a digital bank from scratch. A bank that would be digitally born and bred. A bank for millennials, by millennials, on a new and totally separate platform. Digital in thinking, digital in infrastructure, and digital in culture and approach. So, it went out and built such a bank. We call this bank Pepper. So what does a bank that's digitally born and bred actually mean? Let's start with the Pepper ID. The target market, as I said, is the millennials. It's 100% mobile. It has 3 apps with a personalized customer experience, and it is transparent. We took basic banking activities like onboarding and made them more convenient, easier to do, and faster to accomplish. That is what we've come to expect of an analog to digital transformation. To make things simpler, easier, more user-friendly, and proactive by thinking and doing for the customer. In about 8 minutes, just 8 minutes, customer can open a current account using the mobile, get a credit line for their current account, and get a credit card and a personal loan, all in 8 minutes. A digitally born bank has to think mobile first and even mobile only. It's the difference between a bank with a mobile app and a mobile app with a bank, if you will. So what does the digital bank look like? It's fresh, up to date, and is young looking. It has the look and feel of a service born in the 21st century that includes a cutting-edge interface using GIFs and feeds or anything that the digital generation is used to seeing and using. We invested a lot of thought in defining the principles that would differentiate Pepper. We believe that by creating a comprehensive, consistent experience, we can create a competitive advantage that is difficult to duplicate. Let's look at some characteristics that are unique to a digitally native bank and allow us to make the transition from functional benefits to a special personal experience. Principles that allow us to declare that Pepper is the best fit for our target market. First, it has to be personalized. A digital native bank can and must be personalized, by definition. By using digital tools and leveraging artificial intelligence, we can smartly make and optimize individual offers in real time. We identify their needs within a specific context and offer the right product or service at the right time on the right device, mobile, of course. Second, it has to be proactive. A proactive bank is a bank that conducts the analysis and thinks for the customer before the customer needs a particular product or service. At times, even before the customer realizes that he or she needs it. The result is that you, the customer, magically receive relevant insights at the right time. These insights include personal benchmarks comparing you with your peers, and tips for a healthy financial lifestyle. Third, it has to be transparent. The meaning of transparent is simple. No surprises, no fine print, and no hidden fees. Really free basic banking. Pay only for what you need. All your financial data appears in your feed. What you see is what you get. Last but not least, Pepper is a bank that is sensitive to your needs as a customer, to your behavior as a human being, and to the context in which you might need financial services or products. A sensitive bank is a bank that will alert you to the fact that the interest on your deposit is lower than the interest on your overdraft. That is why it's a bank that will literally ask you, are you sure you want to open a savings account? The direct result of the principle that I've described is banking that profits from value provided to customers. The more a customer engages in activities that are right for him or her, the more the bank profits. In other words, we're creating a true win-win experience. That win-win experience enables true customer empowerment. This is not just a feeling or perception. It's real. And we think that this is a good banking. So now, let's go back to the story of the good bank. Thanks to the technology of the digital world we're living in, we created the Pepper story. And we still have a long journey ahead of us. But this journey begins with thinking of and committing to a bank and financial products and services that convey the true meaning of good for both the customer and the bank. Paradoxically, it is the modern technology that has given us the ability to get back to basics, to go back to the place where it all started, to the personalized, transparent bank, the bank which is an integral part of our lives, the bank that helps us optimize our personal financial potential. We believe it's a good story because it's true and because it's simple. And whoever hears this story can easily believe it and understand it. So, let's go, Pepper.
If we could change the world.